everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and today I wanted to discuss with all of you about a particular relationship that has constantly rubbed DCAU fans up the wrong way, including myself, for many years. And still to this day, it has always annoyed a lot of people about why they put these two together in the first place. And this particular relationship has never sit well with me. I have always found it to be very weird, very creepy, and just all round bizarre. And that is the relationship of Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon. So, Batman Beyond mentioned that at one point Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon were romantically involved with each other, and they were more than just crime fighting partners. Now, when this was first mentioned, it was very head scratching because, first of all, the idea of Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon just felt really weird. And as I said, it just never sit well with me because, first of all, Bruce Wayne is a lot older than Barbara Gordon, and also Barbara Gordon is more Dick Grayson's age, and it made more sense for those two to be a couple because they were both the same age, they both went to college, and it just made more sense. And me and my good buddy Geek Beyond Chris just found this whole relationship of Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon to be really weird because, first of all, it's Commissioner Gordon's daughter, and second of all, Commissioner Gordon is the best friend of Batman. So just picture that for a second. Bruce Wayne is clapping his best friend's daughter's cheeks behind his back. Just doesn't sound bat like. Now, if Barbara Gordon had feelings for Bruce Wayne, that would make more sense, and Bruce would be against the idea of, having a romantic relationship with his best friend's daughter. So he could have shot the feelings down and tell her, look, Barbara, I'm much older than you. Your dad is my best friend. We work closely together. I just think having a relationship is not a good idea. And what makes this whole relationship so stupid is Bruce Wayne should know better, especially after what happened with John Stewart and Shira Hall in the Justice League. The whole mixing business with pleasure. It always ends in disaster, and Batman was always against that, as we saw in Starcrossed and even in Justice League Unlimited. He was always against the idea of dating someone within the team, which was why he never pursued a romantic relationship with Wonder Woman. See, I respected Batman for that, but then he goes and hooks up with Barbara Gordon. And to make matters worse, he not only hooks up with her, he hooks up with her after Dick Grayson quit being Robin and left Gotham. Just seemed like a bit of a sleazy move on Bruce Wayne's part. And you would have thought Bruce Wayne, being a much older guy and much more mature with lots of experience, would know better. And then in Out of the Past, as Bruce Wayne was going through all of his pictures of all of his girlfriends and past love interests, we see a picture of Barbara Gordon. And I think it's the picture of Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon. I think they're on holiday or something. See, I originally thought it was Andrea Beaumont, but obviously he doesn't have a picture of her because, she killed people in her phantasm persona. And then Talia comes to the Batcave and says, I know you loved her. I hated that. Didn't sit well with me. Now, if it was somebody like Selena Kyle, I can forgive that because we all know in another continuity, Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle got married and had a child who was Helena Wayne, and she went on to become the Huntress. That I could buy more, but Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon in a relationship, romantically involved, ugh, just not good, just not cool whatsoever. And when you go back and watch certain episodes of the new Batman Adventures, referred to short or TNBA as it's referred to, there were moments in certain episodes you could clearly see that Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon were more than just crime fighting partners. You could definitely see there was something else going on altogether. And the two episodes where I caught this were Cold Comfort, where Batgirl was training in the Batcave with Bruce, and there was guns going off, and Batgirl was more or less like trying to dodge bullets just to improve her athleticism. And eventually, the training program finished, and Batgirl says, I think we should call it a night. And Bruce says, good idea. And you could see Batgirl had that little smile on her face, like, oh yeah. And I didn't really think much of that. I just thought, yeah, whatever. And then there was another moment, and that was in an episode called Torch Song, where Bruce went on a date with someone to a rock concert, and they bumped into Barbara Gordon, who was also there at the concert, and they bumped into each other and they said hi. But it wasn't like, oh, hi, Barbara, fancy seeing you here. It wasn't like that. It was like, oh, well, hello there. And I noticed that and I just thought, oh my God, really? But it didn't become more clear than in Mystery of the Batwoman when Barbara called Bruce and basically questioned him about this new Batwoman. And of course, Bruce said, I know nothing about her. She's nothing to do with us. Blah, blah, blah. She's not associated with the team. And Tim teasing Bruce by saying, she misses you. And Barbara was on the phone acting all jealous, saying, well, I hope I'm not being replaced because I thought you and me were, you know, and of course, Bruce, being Bruce, got the paper and did his usual escape routine. Look, we're going for a tunnel now. Can't talk as he was scrunching at the paper. Signal's breaking up. Talk to you later. Bye. It was funny, but at the same time, it didn't sit well with me. Like I said, Bruce Wayne banging his best friend's daughter behind his back. Yeah, I'm sorry, not cool whatsoever. And it just seems really bizarre. I mean, Batman and Batgirl, absolutely love them as a team, but as a couple, no thank you. Absolutely not. Now, there was a moment, and it was only a dream sequence, and this was back in BTAS Batgirl Returns, where Barbara dreamt that she saved Batman from the Joker, Two Face, and Penguin, and they shared this intimate moment on the top of the rooftop. And obviously, it turned out to be a dream, but that was fine because it's a dream and it's not going to happen. But the one moment that really annoyed me, and it annoyed a lot of fans, and the ironic thing about it, was this moment didn't actually happen in the DCAU. It actually happened in another continuity, and it was in an animated movie, and that was Batman the Killing Joke, which had this little prologue involving Batgirl, where basically Batman was giving her the cold shoulder, and they went at it for a little bit, and then eventually she jumped on him and pinned him down, and then she stripped down, and yeah, you know the rest. Didn't like it. If that was Catwoman, I would forgive that because you expect Catwoman to do freaky things like that on rooftops, but your own partner, someone who's much younger than you, a college student, oh boy. But yeah, the whole Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon relationship just felt so weird. And then in Batman Beyond, they even tried to push it as far as, oh, Barbara Gordon was one of Bruce Wayne's greatest loves. No, 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 no. Sorry, I'm not doing a Lex Luthor here. No, absolutely not. Don't like it. Talia? Yes. Catwoman? Absolutely. Lois Lane? Probably not. Zatanna? Nah. Andrea Beaumont? I would put her on a much higher level than those ladies. She's in a different league of her own. Does Barbara Gordon belong in that conversation as great loves? No, absolutely not. Definitely not. But I just don't understand why they did it. Why did they put these two in a relationship together? It just seemed like a sleazy move on Bruce Wayne's part. He should have known better. Barbara Gordon, obviously being younger, maybe she could have turned around and said, "Look, I'm not ready to have that relationship with you, Bruce." I don't know. I'm not the one who wrote this. I would have written it completely different. Fact of the matter is, I wouldn't have put them together in the first place. I would have hinted that there was a romantic thing from Barbara's side, but it never went anywhere. That would have been fine. And Bruce Wayne could shut it down and say, "Not happening, Barbara. Me and your dad work closely together. It's disrespectful to him and Dick. Not going to happen. Just not going to happen." But yeah, it just never sit well with me. I just didn't like it. It was just weird. It really was. So anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. How did you guys feel about the Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon relationship? Did you find it weird? Did you disapprove of it? Do you think it shouldn't have happened? Do you think maybe it was a step too far? Who do you think was more in the wrong, Bruce Wayne or Barbara Gordon? And who do you think should have known better? And also, do you think the age gap was an issue between Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.